Hello. Okay, so the reason you can't see me in this video is the cup holder outside in my chair, on the folding chair on the porch, isn't big enough to fit my phone. So I'm just setting it, on the arm of the chair. So you get a beautiful picture of my window. Alright, so today I'm going to be reading Joshua Conquers the Entire Land. Can you imagine conquering the entire land? That's a lot of work. I'm happy to just wake up and go to work. Okay. And it came to pass, when Jabin, king of Hazor, heard these things, that he sent to Joab, king of Madon, to the king of Shimron, to the king of Akshaph. Yeah? I found a penny right there. Oh, you can keep it. I'll put it right there. Okay. Oops. And to the kings who were from the north in the mountains, in the plain south of Chinneroth.
You said that was made in 202, and this company started in 202.
2002.
2002, yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of cool. In the lowland and in the heights of Dor on the west. To the Canaanites in the east and in the west, the Amorite, the Hittite, the Perizzite, the Jebusite in the mountains. What?
I was bringing a penny with me.
Ah, okay, well, it's your lucky penny. And the Hivite below, Hermon, in the land of Mizpah. Okay. So they went out, they and all their armies with them, as many people as the sand that is on the seashore in multitude, with very many horses and chariots. And when all these kings had met together, they came and camped together at the waters of Merom to fight against Israel. So they're all together. They're like, we're going to team up against Israel. Okay. But the Lord said to Joshua, do not be, turn the page, afraid because of them. For tomorrow, about this time, I will deliver all of them slain before Israel. So God will do that, okay? You shall hamstring their horses and burn their chariots with fire. I mean, that would say a statement like, fear me, okay? So Joshua and all the people of war with him came against them suddenly by the waters of Merom, and they attacked them. And the Lord delivered them into the hand of Israel, who defeated them and chased them to greater Sidon, to the brook Mizrephoth, and to the valley Mizpah eastward, and they attacked them until they left none of them remaining. So Joshua did to them as the Lord had told him. He hamstrung their horses and burned the chariots with fire. Joshua turned back at that time and took Hazor and struck its king with the sword, for Hazor was formerly the head of all those kingdoms. So he was the head honcho. He's like, I take up the head honcho. Y'all will see there's the end of you. And they struck all the people who were in it with the edge of the sword, utterly destroying them. There was none left breathing. Then he burned Hazor with fire. Okay, so now remember, like Jesus said, you're either for him or you're against him. So if you're against him, then that's what's coming. Okay. So all the cities of those kings and all their kings Joshua took and struck with the edge of the sword. He utterly destroyed them, as Moses the servant of the Lord commanded. But as for the cities that stood on their mounds, Israel burned none of them, except Hazor only, which Joshua burned. So they didn't burn all of them, they just burned Hazor. And all the spoil of these cities and the livestock, children of Israel took as booty for themselves, but they struck every man with the edge of the sword until they destroyed them, and they left none breathing. As the Lord had commanded Moses, his servant, so Moses commanded Joshua, and so Joshua did. He left nothing undone of all that the Lord had commanded Moses. That's why I'm not a warrior. I couldn't do all this stuff. Thus Joshua took all this land, the mountain country, that's my doggy, all the south, and all the land of Goshen, the lowland, and the Jordan plain, the mountains of Israel and its lowlands, from Mount Helek and the ascent to Seir, even as far as Baal-Gad and the valley of Lebanon below Mount Hermon. He captured all their kings and struck them down and killed them. Joshua made war a long time with all those kings. There was not a city that made peace with the children of Israel, except the Hivites, the inhabitants of Gibeon. All the others they took in battle. For it was the Lord to harden their hearts, that they should come against Israel in battle, that he might utterly destroy them, and that they might receive no mercy, but that he might destroy them, as the Lord commanded Moses. So the Lord's the one going, you're not getting mercy because look at all these things that you've done. You never wanted mercy. You never wanted forgiveness. You never wanted any of these things. You never asked for them. So, the door is open for a certain length of time to get. Annika, you okay? Okay. Oh, okay. The door is open for a little while, but it's not going to be open forever. And at the time Joshua came and cut off the Anakim from the mountains, from Hebron, from Debir, and from Anab, and from the mountains of Judah, and from all the mountains of Israel, Joshua utterly destroyed them with their cities. None of the Anakim were left in the land of the children of Israel. They remained only in Gaza and Gath and in Ashdod. Hi, honey. Oh, that for me? Yeah. Thank you, honey. Okay, I'm almost done with my video. So Joshua took the whole land according to all that the Lord had said to Moses, and Joshua gave it as an inheritance to Israel according to their divisions by their tribes. Then the land rested from war. So after that, rested from war, like the Bible says, there's time for rest, time for war, time for everything. Everything has its time. So, and that was the time for rest. So, that's that. I want y'all to tell me what you guys got from that story. Alright, leave in the comments below. Later on, Facebookers and YouTubers.